Arabian Nights, like a raven day.
Welcome to Barrage. I'm Matt. There's Bonita. Today we're going to do a tutorial and review on Monarch. Plays 2 to 4, ages 12 and up.
It's a card-based strategy game. The Queen of Minervia is currently dying, and she has got 4 daughters. So the idea is each of the players represents one of her daughters, and you're vying for the monarchy, essentially. You want to assemble an impressive court and worth the most amount of crowns. Woman at the end who has the most amount of crowns wins.
I want to play Nancy.
There's no Nancy.
The first thing that you do is you lay out your land, comprised of either villages or farms, and it's 9 tiles.
Farms are designated by the apple symbol, and the villages are designated by the gold. On your turn, you have the option to either harvest from the farms or tax the villages. So in this case, if I were to harvest from the farms, I would get 5 apples. In order to tax from the villages, I have to feed them. So I pay 1, 2, 3, 4 apples to feed the village, and I get 4 gold in return.
So golden food is what you're going to use to acquire the market cards, and we'll show you the market cards now. You have the market deck, put it out, and then you'll have a market of 5 cards. And these might be land or improving your cities and stuff like that.
And this is where you buy from to build your court. So as far as what is on the cards, there are 4 different paths that you can choose to follow. There's the culture path, the might path, the wisdom path, or the bounty path. On these cards, you can see the cost up here. Most of them will only cost gold or apples. Bounty cards cost both. This is the value of crowns that this is worth at the end of the game. Then you have flavor text on every card that either benefits you in some way or it could restrict you in some way as well.
You can also acquire garment cards and beast cards, and some of that flavor text actually gives you more bonuses as far as crowns or doubles your point value. The next type of market card is Bonita's favorite, the Unwanted Guest. You get these in the market phase, so if this came up in a market, you can purchase it and then put it in somebody else's court. The unwanted guests are basically family members of the 4 sisters that they don't like. Mm-hmm. So you basically put the boorish uncle into another player's hand, and they are a deficit to your score. And they're not easy to get rid of.
No, they're actually quite difficult to get rid of. The only way to get rid of an unwanted guest is to purchase specific cards from the market that allow you to discard an unwanted guest.
Yeah.
They're the worst. The other type of card that can come up in the market are land improvements. And you can either improve your villages here so that it's now worth 3 gold instead of the starting 1. So when you tax, you now get 3, 4, 5, 6 gold instead of the original 4. And there's also the same for farms. Some of the improvement cards benefit a particular path. And it behooves you to buy these cards from the market. I want to put this down, and this can count as part of my culture cards. So where paths really come into play is once a sister has declared a banner. In order to declare a banner, you have to have at least 2 cards in your court that apply to the banner you wish to have. So in order to have the banner of might, you would have to have 2 might cards in your court. These all do something different. They all have a innate benefit. For instance, the banner of might, once per your turn, you may sweep the market free of cost. Normally, that costs 3 gold. The banner cards also are a cumulative score. So they're each worth 1 crown for every wisdom card, for instance, wisdom card, in your court and on the table.
The last thing that you can get in the market, and it happens immediately, are the moon cards. And they can either be detrimental or advantageous. For example, this one says, if the sisters together pay a total of 3 gold, each sister receives 7 food. Once a player has 7 cards in their court, the game is over. And then you finish out the rest of the round. The other players can try and get more points to try and beat you. That's a really bare bones how to play the game. There's some other little nuances that we're not going to get into, basically card text and flavor. So we'll go into pros and cons. Mm-hmm. What do you like about the game?
I think this game is super easy to learn. It's also a really great 2-player game as well. The strategy works just as well. There are a little bit different nuances when playing with 2 players, and the rulebook actually has separate rules for that. But
there's only one person you can undump the unwanted guests on.
It's true.
So
there's a bit more competitiveness.
She's mean.
He loses a lot.
It's true, I do. Any other pros?
Oh, it's gorgeous. The cards in this game, the artwork is absolutely beautiful.
The one thing I like about this game, it's really quick to pick up once you understand the mechanics, because it's all basically text. Once you know the mechanic, it's just text of the card and then adding up points. Okay, so cons, what don't you like?
Honestly, I don't have any cons.
I really don't have any cons either. I mean, it's a pretty solid game. I totally recommend it.
Me too.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Do you have anything to add?
If you like us, don't forget to subscribe and share us with your nerdy friends.
Thanks for watching. See you guys.